It's time for Beast in the Timetwist, session 48, which I'm very excited and nervous for because it's the start, perhaps, of a new adventure.
Oh no.
You guys feeling spooky because it's Halloween tomorrow?
Dream is good.
Halloween.
Somewhat.
I am ready for the spooky, as you can tell back there.
Sorry, I got scared.
You can't.
Well.
You probably can't really tell on the stream because unless you're like super zoomed in, which probably not. But like, the left one is a more traditional spooky one. Well, it's technically the right, but you know, probably
Right,
left on the
yeah.
stream. Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. Mine's showing it mirrored. Anyway. Yeah, mine's the more traditional one. The other little goofy one is made by someone else. Who's kind of a
Wow.
big dork.
Well, it looks like an otter, but you can hardly tell. Darn.
Yeah, I wonder how.
You had to make the outline more pronounced, I think.
Yeah. We have
Yeah.
a
It's a
nice
little bit
look
more
on it.
pronounced. You need to sharpen your camera. There you go.
I was about to say.
I did it.
Pretend like that's like the knife that you're gonna plant in my back.
Okay, who wants to recap with a humongous emphasis on the thickness of this new rodent character that we touched on last session?
Oh,
You know,
Oh.
I don't even
I'm
want
just
to.
kidding.
I don't want to touch on that. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Well, I see how it is. I
made
can
it
do
weird.
it if you so desire, Tal. Jeez.
Oh gosh.
We can always. Never mind. I'm gonna stop there.
Okay. The Shaper, known as Adenides, I think that's how you say it, is defeated, but not persuaded. Crim presents an argument that her contract is null and void. Cashmere threatens to write her name into the contract, and her reputation could worsen. Eventually, she agrees, going so far as to do the ritual herself and turn into a red dragon. Her devil powers are diminished, and Crim becomes the new Shaper. They leave after this. The dragons and Tamal go their separate ways. They head back to Orotava briefly to buy a few things, and cast a scry spell to learn where Tina is. Tina is Alex's destiny buddy. We'll go with that. Following this, they head to Murbarak to find her. Along the way, they encounter a traveling eccentric named Buntongi, who is a bunny with a beak mask. I think he's a sort of Volo stand-in. What the idea was.
Seems like it. Whether it's intentional or not.
He's being attacked by lions. So we stop the lions, and we get him to come with us. That night, after we save him, I believe that right afterwards. On the side of the road during their nightly watch, Wade and Turner see a rodent woman watching them. Oh, and
Alright.
she's thick. There you go. Okay,
Oh,
I added that.
Thank you,
She's
now it's
character,
complete.
okay.
I see it in my mind now.
She's gonna be generic, but you saved it. Thank you.
You know, I'd say she's like 4-dimensional because of how thick she is. She just adds a whole new dimension.
Thank God.
Tesseract. Tesseract rat.
Yeah, she's the opposite of Flat
Tesseract.
Stanley.
So, since you all live in this world, you're all natural PhD level zoologists, so you identify her as a bushy-tailed wood rat. So there's the firelight flickering a little bit low this late in your two's watch. This woman seems to have appeared between glances from Turner's page and through the smoke that Wade is producing. But there she is, not in a confrontational way, just sort of a I'm suddenly watching you way. And she had approached more. Wade had said, no further, state your business. And she replies with a gesture at her mouth. And she opens it, and you can barely see in the dimness from the firelight, she doesn't appear to have a tongue. She closes her mouth again and gives a shrug and half smile.
And it's currently Wade who's with us, right? Who's with me, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was actually it's probably a good time to mention one of the things for my level up was that I get a new cantrip, and I hope that Bill, you don't think I'm stepping on any toes, but I decide, you know what, message is really handy.
Well, I took Mage Hand, so fair is fair.
You motherfucker, take that back. Just kidding.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing, so I guess we could do it at the same time.
But this time Turner's quicker.
Okay.
So Turner kind of will point at her and then say, Will this help you at all?
She recoils a little bit and actually falls on her rump and also the huge backpack she has on. Squints at you, regains her feet, shakes her head.
He just kind of looks to to Wade. Well, that wasn't a very exciting first use.
Unfortunate. Perhaps we'll have to go with the advanced version.
Good luck getting her to hold still for 10 minutes.
Yes. Wade gives like a little snap of his fingers, cast minor illusion, and you just see like the image of like an hourglass ticking down, as such. After that, just as he's trying to communicate with her, he'll begin casting the ritual for telepathic bond.
Okay.
But I suppose we'll have to hold her till then in the meantime.
Does it require specifically willing creatures, or just any creature for the spell?
Yeah, 8 willing creatures. Shit.
Okay, well then talk to her.
She's looking at the wagon. She looks back at you two as you are deciding what to do, maybe starting a ritual, and she pantomimes like wings, like she's flapping, but tries to make it seem like they're further on her back, and does like a pantomimed dragon roar. And then she also pantomimes rabbit ears on herself and hopping up and down. But she doesn't pantomime any salamander.
I see.
How would you pantomime a salamander?
You've been following us for a while, haven't you?
She nods. Well,
Is it-
she half nods.
Do you know us from SHL? I wish it didn't catch up to us.
She nods bigger. Her face is grim. She points more insistently at the wagon and pantomimes again.
I think she wants to speak with the others too. Is there anyone else that you want to charade, or?
Tilts her head and shakes it a little bit.
Because he was an enigma, so he kind of is hard to identify.
Oh, that's a good point. if this is where she remembers us, Turner will kind of whisper, "Keep an eye on her. I'll go and find the others."
Fair enough. All right.
Turner goes inside, knocks on the whoever's in a dimension door. However he has to get their attention in there. I don't know if you just walk in or if you can knock. It's funny to imagine.
It has like a wooden hatch that you can pull upward.
Bugle, meanwhile.
Oh yes, and by the way, the switch I'm trying to do, it's a bit more of an advanced version of what Turner tried. If it works and you're willing to accept it, we may be able to talk without tongues or without speaking. But it all depends on you, I suppose. In any case, yeah. So you know us from SHL. Are you trying to warn us of some sort of danger, or?
She makes a humming noise. And somehow, even through that hum, it sounds accented, like she's not from around here. When you mentioned casting a spell...
I can tell by how you hum.
Yeah, you know. I might go, someone else might go, someone else might go,
Huh, that hum. It sounds like you are from the Pocked Barrens. I don't know, it's just a random place on the map that I've never even heard of.
Check.
I suppose perhaps the other easy way to do this is Wade will just like pull out a little piece of chalk from his pack and just kind of toss it over to her.
She catches it very easily. She just seems pensive.
I think by this point the rest of us are probably coming out of the wagon one by one.
Yeah, Crim kind of stumbles out, going, "Is there something happening?"
She's she kind of says quietly, she's kind of lost her tongue, so bear with this.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh,
we've
is she
guessed.
shy?
No, she literally lost her tongue.
Well, I think I can help with that. Regrowing the tongue with the communication, at least.
And she didn't seem
Right.
she wasn't very receptive to a message, so we'll see if Wade's able to talk her into opening a telepathic bond.
Yeah. You don't need to provide much more, but may we have your name?
She smiles and turns almost like fearlessly, just putting her back to all of you guys and just scrawls in the dirt, I guess with the chalk because you provided her. She doesn't want to be rude, and writes 4 letters: A-G-S-E.
Agsi?
Axa, yeah.
Axie or Axon. Am I getting pronunciation right?
She just gives you a thumbs up, and her fluffy but rat-like tail flicks to the other side. And
Yeah,
she's
but-
also at the same time kind of like munching on something she's pulled out of her pocket. It looks like a pistachio or walnut.
Your demeanor doesn't seem pressing, so I assume you haven't come to warn us of any immediate danger. But I presume you were in the crowd of our last performance. Am I correct?
She nods, and that grave look again appears on her face. Is everyone else kind of assembled here at this point? Including Cash?
Yes. Cashmere
Yeah.
will have woken up last. I'll wander up. Who's this? Where'd she come from?
I don't know. I don't wish to speak to her but her name is Axie. She's she wasn't invited, but she's not unwelcome.
Gives her a look. Have you been following us or something?
She does like one of these.
Yeah, she knows us from SHL last performance.
Oh.
Fans all the
Right.
way out here, I think.
That's one word for it.
So if you can help us in helping you, so we can expand our communication beyond yes or no questions, would you be open to accepting a telepathic bond from our friend here?
Yeah. Alex is going to form a telepathic connection with her, but say out loud, if you just think what you want to say with the intent to convey it, I'll pick it up and I can relay it to everybody else.
I'm jealous.
What's the range on this, Alex?
60 feet.
And she can be
Jeez.
willing or unwilling. It just happens, right?
Correct. But just forming the bond on itself doesn't really do anything. I can't read her thoughts or anything like that. She has to actively want to convey the information.
Okay. Okay. When you turn her talk about the bond, the telepathy, she is grimacing, looking back over her shoulder to the dark grasslands behind her, like politely but seeming to decline.
At that point, then Wade will stop the ritual.
Okay. But you hear she makes some brief attempt to communicate, I guess, through this means you've announced, Alex. I guess she would feel something in her mind. She says, really don't trust myself to speak or communicate or anything. If you can hear this, I'd like some privacy for my sake.
Again, saying this out loud, you do have privacy. I'm not going to hear anything unless you intentionally try to convey it to me.
She gives you a strained, polite smile, and you hear nothing more from her.
Are you
Well,
oh, okay.
right.
Are you in danger? I saw you looking over your shoulder. Is someone following you?
And that she finally laughs, and it's a bright laugh, like a squeaky, like woodchuck mouse kind of laugh. And she gestures to the entire world. And then she says, again in her mind to you, Alex, aren't we all?
Where have we gone if there's not danger? Presumably, I wonder if you've had bad experiences with these koi hunters. They seem to be everywhere that we go.
Or maybe she's got powers of her own. We haven't asked that yet.
A couple mosquitoes have been buzzing around with all you gathering. One starts going for her ear. She takes she takes a device off of her belt that looks very exotic. Looks like it's made of metal. It's got some kind of hollow barrel on it. And she just holds it up to her ear, pulls a trigger on it, and something shoots out, blasting the mosquito out of the air. And she puts it back in some carrier on her hip.
Is it
no.
really freaking loud?
It's not that loud, no. There's no detonation. It's more like a crossbow sound.
You're pretty good.
Crim flinches. Wow.
That's some not bad magic right there.
I don't know if that's magic per se.
True.
Can Turner see that as like maybe something that someone from his old people would have crafted, if they were so inclined?
They're not really weapons people, though, are they?
Not always.
You could roll a Tinker's Tools check, anyone? Or a history check.
I actually have Tinker's Tools, so fuck it, let's do that. Well, I have proficiency.
I'm good with both of them. If they're both intelligence, I imagine they'll both be the same.
All right, I'll let you do it then.
I mean, you can do it too. I don't see a reason not to, if you can. That's a 17.
I'll look foolish.
Is that the only result we're getting? 17?
Well, if it doesn't work, I'll have Wade boosted with a Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah.
If you want.
A 17. This is one of those sliding successes, so it's a partial success. You think it's probably magical. It did something pretty incredible just now, and considering firearms are not known in Bose, really, it wouldn't be familiar to you, Turner, from your people's history.
Perhaps I spoke too soon.
So that's a pretty nice focus from stem root, I guess. But I suppose we're getting off track. The koi hunters here. I presume you've had bad experience with them, or...
She shrugs, and she looks like she's about to do this whole pantomime routine, and then she shakes her head and starts writing in the dirt again, rather than communicating telepathically. And it says, spell, in quotes, incoming, no harm, trust.
Yeah, so that's what it feels like. Well,
Does someone
Will
want
it
to
take away our tongues?
Manama?
Will it take away our tongues? You seem pretty used to that. Is that like a special thing?
She shakes her head, no, and taps her temple.
Turner will kind of look to Cash. What do you think?
I don't know magic.
But you
Alex
know
asks
insight.
her from you.
Oh, okay. I can do insight.
Nods, yeah.
I'll do insight.
You know people.
Cashmere says, I don't know magic, but he'll give her a close look. See what she's trying to say.
Oh.
25.
25. There is a strange disparity at play here. This woman has presumably been following you or tracked you somehow, has made great effort to come to you in kind of the middle of nowhere. But she's not willing to speak, not willing to talk telepathically, really. And she seems nervous at times, but to strange things. It's hard to read her, but you don't think she means you harm. You don't think she's motivated by tricking or harming you. 25.
Cashmere nods, though he's still frowning. He says, "Okay, well, if you want trust, then first, what do you want? Anything? Can you tell us that at least?"
Almost as an accidental communication, Alex. You hear her like muttering to herself in her mind. Same thing I've always wanted. As she's writing, "Help you."
Huh. You want to help us. You saw us all the way from SHL.
As in help in the long term or the immediate short term? Shake your head for short term.
She nods her head.
Wow.
She seems kind of amused as she takes out a piece of jerky and starts nibbling on that.
Yes, I suppose.
This,
We always have more dorms.
if this is about returning, I don't feel like putting on the mantle of darkling anytime soon.
Wait, when she nods her
This-
head, does that mean that was implying long term, right?
Long-term.
Yeah,
Yeah.
long term.
Okay, got it.
It's probably a bit obvious that Turner's being a little facetious there.
You want to help us deal with the koi hunters?
I think. She writes only the beginning.
You want to help us get started on finding a way to show us the first step that we'd need to try to deal with them.
She shakes her head and writes the word there, like they apostrophe R-E above, so it says there, only the beginning.
Oh,
Oh, you know a lot about this then.
Of why they were there, the history.
Okay. What is this magic that you want us to accept?
And then like a shrug, like, I don't know if I do that much. Like she's being humble or something. She points again to the spell incoming trust.
By all means.
tell me through here a brief idea of what it's going to do. You're asking us to trust you, so I think it's fairly reasonable for me to ask just a little bit of trust out of you to tell us what you intend to do. Fair?
But that's less dramatic.
It's not even a trust thing. It's more, being prepared.
She patiently hears you, Alex, and you get the sense that she's had this kind of exchange many times before. She's like very professional as she inclines her head. Then she takes a breath, like she's bracing herself to talk to you again telepathically. It says, I really shouldn't be doing this, but I get it. It's a vision. That's
Okay.
Oh.
She just
But
wants to go with something.
Oh, well. Okay. I mean, like we haven't had those before.
You seem quite reserved during all of this. Are you being chased, hunted?
How about we let her show us, since she's not going to tell us?
Yeah, good point.
She shakes her head, and some snake that looks like it's brightly colored, like it might be venomous, is kind of like slowly coming closer, and she notices it and like steps back and again whips the thing out and shoots next to it, and it slithers away.
Wade's eyes go wide again.
Like, does a sorry gesture.
You have to show me where I can get one of those.
Hope
That's a
that
nice
one
focus.
Hope that one wasn't an open too.
Wait, we're not going to give Wade, of all people, a flamethrower, right?
Yeah,
Oh no! Oh.
Oh, I get
I
it.
don't do it myself. I order others to do it.
That was a
Oh my
out of
God.
character bugle.
She's distracted a sec by Wade's interest, and then writes interest and pulls the gun out to show you it.
Quite.
Let's start with one thing at a time with why you were here.
Yes, I can wait.
Yeah, I guess you have your primary objective of showing us whatever it is you're gonna show us.
She grows serious, and she takes the liberty of plumping herself down by the fire and gestures for you all to be seated as well.
Crim takes a seat by the fire. At night, it's kind of easier to notice that he's not quite a white dragon as it usually looks, because against the fire you can see like the oil sheen glimmer of his more iridescent crystal scales.
Wade takes a seat and like spits a cigar out, like stomps into the dirt.
I'm only saying this because I'm pretty sure that with the result that it actually is a good like a success on there. But Turner's gonna kind of look to Cashmere and say, "Oh, if this comes back to bite us, then we're blaming you
Me?
for the inside check."
Me?
There's obviously a bit of a cheekiness there, even though he doesn't really have cheeks. Or does he? I
Cashmere
don't know.
pouts and plops down on the ground.
Okay. Oh, and you would also see her, she takes a couple of acorns or nuts or something and loads them back into the weapon after she's shot it twice.
Yeah, I feel like Wade takes out, has like his own little OC crossbow thing, gives it a little spin, but it kind of looks dejected.
Big ol' loves his
She-
guns.
Calms herself, looks into the fire. You could see embers reflected in her big eyes. She's still nibbling on whatever she's nibbling, though. And she closes her eyes. And a golden glow comes from her fur, which rises on end and billows outward like a raindrop on reality has hit where she was and is now sweeping over you. And when it reaches each of you, the world goes dark.
Damn it, Cashmere!
She takes out a knife and stabs us each in the neck one by one.
Wow.
When you blink your eyes after a moment of disorientation, everything is different. You are looking around in a place without grasses or a wagon or a fire. You're not even sitting anymore. Each of you is standing, and all around you it's a different time of day, although the sunlight is dimmed greatly by the dense foliage of the forest or jungle you're in right now. There's tall, proud trunks covered in vines and smaller plants. You hear bird song, chattering of 100 animals. It's busy, boisterous in here. You see multiple small streams. And you also see, this is obviously a settlement, even a city. There's various bridges strung between the treetops and the smaller undercarriage, understory, I believe it's called. There's man-made bridges across the streams on the ground level, houses. It's like a small little jungle city, or maybe it's a big one. You can't see that far because you're in a dense jungle.
Does it look like, aside from being significantly more developed, that it's like the same place we're in?
We even tell.
I mean, you're in a jungle right now. It would have to be a very different time if it's the same place. Most curious of all, though, is looking at yourselves. You are not yourselves. Because, Crim, you are some type of stork or heron, an uplifted one, of course. And you're dressed like a traveler or a merchant of some kind. On your back, you can feel a backpack weighted down by goods that clank, probably metalwork of some kind. All of you is uniformed as such. And I say uniform because you're more or less dressed the same way, as if you're a traveling group or company of some kind. Turner, you are a nuthatch, another type of bird. Wade, examining yourself, you seem to be a lion. Cashmere, you seem to be a rat of some kind. And Alex, you seem to be a turtle of some kind, actually, which I know isn't an amphibian. But even as you look at yourselves and you have a different perspective from a change in height, something like that, you still feel like yourselves underneath it, as if you're disguised. But you still have your true body somewhere in there. For you, Crim, it's a little tricky, but you can walk on
Crim
two legs
kinda-
every now and then.
Yeah, for like a good 30 seconds, Crim is just like clicking his beak, going, I missed this.
It's like looking
Just
in a.
click, click, click.
It's like a cracked mirror.
Turner's trying to look around for Axa. She seems to be anywhere near us, or
She's not.
Oh, we got sent into a weird vision.
If she's killing us in our sleep, I swear.
Crim, is this what it was like when the Shaper was reaching out to you?
No, that was more dreamlike, I think. Right? When
Yes,
Crim was having his Shaper
definitely.
dreams, that was more. This is not the same.
Yeah, this is immersive, like you have been teleported and shapeshifted somewhere almost. Your voices, too, as you speak. It's like if you strain, you can identify each other as each other. Like there's some hidden frequency, like, oh yeah, I know who that is. But the
The
voice themselves
cadence.
are different.
Yeah.
At the very least, we might
The
understand
cadence
each
of
other's
how you carry
mannerisms.
yourself.
It's
Like
not
some
just the
sort of-
cadence. It's like there's some supernatural.
I
If I
see.
strain, I hear their true voice.
Like some sort of alternate future. Alex, do you recognize this location?
Do I recognize this location?
Oops. You're supposed to just see the first image, by the way.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, then I'll scroll up.
Roll a history check.
I'm going to experimentally try to cast guidance and see if it works.
I should have asked Turner. Fuck.
Let me think
Might-
about that.
Am I able to help him?
Crim is now a level 1 commoner.
I won't roll myself since he was the one who was asked. But am I able to give?
Don't
to
worry,
give
Tal. I'll
help?
quickly make a wizard
Yes.
class to.
You can give help.
Roll
I'm
with
just trying to
advantage.
figure out if you can cast that spell. Sorry. I wanna
May not need it.
say-
Oh, thank God. Oh, does that mean your roll's so low that it's not going to help?
I think the
decent.
opposite.
I'll say yes. You can cast guidance.
Okay. That's a 16.
You are certain this is Braj, which I'll ping on the map.
Oh,
Searching.
yeah. That was a place we kind of passed by
Oh.
and did a little bit of stuff in the previous campaign, but yeah.
Yeah, this was the place with the crazy huge trees.
Ironically, we met another rat there.
Big trees favored by climbers and woodfolk both, and it's built over a huge river that goes from the peaks of Ipsar to Elephant Bay, one of the most populated cities.
Considering relative proximity, would Crim be familiar with this vaguely?
Everyone's heard of Braj, yeah.
Okay. No, just because they share the same lake. Or bay, rather. His
Yeah,
hometown.
You've maybe even
Okay.
been there once or twice.
Well, he wasn't dying. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Raj?
Yeah, I wonder if this is the present, the past, or the future.
Yeah, thinking on that and building on what Alex had just done, Crim will try to. At first, you'll see Crim like almost go on all fours before realizing, wait, hang on, give me a second. And then he'll set down his pack for the time being, and harkening back to when he kind of knew how to fly before everything happened, he'll try to gain some height to get a feel for what the area looks like, to figure out if it looks as he remembers it when he had been there once or twice when he was younger.
Okay. I'll need you to roll an acrobatics check because it is hard to fly in here.
How
Athletics,
what's my
dexterity?
ability score right now?
Yeah, athletics dexterity. It's used the same ones.
Okay, got
It's
it.
still basically your true body. It's just externally you don't look that way or sound that way.
Interesting. Yeah, he'll figure it out. Thankfully, because this is an athletics-based dexterity check, I rolled nicely and got a good bonus on it as well. 22.
Okay.
Despite having a -1, I have +7 on this specific skill.
You fly, dodging vines and branches, getting a higher and higher view, which doesn't help you too much because this is a dense forest. Are you trying to break up into the sky to get a bird's eye view?
Yeah, he's just trying to, because he knows a bit about Brad. And he's like, there's probably a landmark tree to like see from up above, and he's like, is that about the same? Is shit weird, or is that not there yet?
Yeah.
No, that's to the
Break through.
southeast.
It's a beautiful sunny day. The canopy is very whoopsie and lots of different tree types here. So it's not like a smooth blanket like if you're in an airplane and oh, there's the cloud layer. It looks so nice. And yeah, so you do see some landmarks. You see even some structures, some way towers built into the tallest trees. You're probably right in the middle of Braj.
Crim specifically, since we're doing time stuff, and this is a vision, Crim's trying to determine how far removed from present day does it seem, based on what he's read. Can he do a history check on that? Or a reverse history check?
You could do a history check.
A precognition
Sorry,
check.
Just double checking. Sorry, I had to do a double take because I just did an athletics check, which I'm bad at for Dex, and I had a +7. And I'm looking at my history, and I'm non-expertise at it, and I also have a +7, so I was thrown off for a second. Like, is my sheet wrong? But no, it's just crazy stats. 18.
You do not know.
Damn.
That's the problem with like medieval fantasy settings. So like if we were in the 80s, we could probably tell, but
Yeah, right. Ty doesn't progress that quickly. Snap, what's up?
I wanted to add Cashmere, as he's coming into this, he examines his body, doesn't feel too different. Maybe he's a little shorter. And there's a stream here, right? Like, right?
Yeah, multiple.
He will go up to one of them, nimbly, and will look down into the water and look at himself. What does he see?
You see a middle-aged rat with a hunch to his back from carrying a pack for so long or stooping over horses and travel, perhaps. Someone who certainly doesn't look anything like you.
Can I do a...
Oh, go ahead.
I want to do a perception check of some kind, or maybe even an insight check, to look at this rat here that he is in the body of, and to, I guess, to determine, like, if there's anything about him that sticks out as, like, showing where he's from, or, like, what he's about.
Okay,
Ooh,
roll history.
Oh, what can I do? Perception?
Oh, perception? Just to find... Yeah, you can roll perception.
Okay. Yeah, perception or, like, maybe even insight. It's the same roll, but to see if there's anything about him.
Okay.
oh,
That is a nat 1. I'm gonna do a resolve on that one. Because that is too early to be doing that.
don't worry, I'll do something clever soon.
18.
How do I say this nicely? You think you might be an NPC.
What?
Well,
No!
Look at yourself, there's not really anything distinguishing. You're racking your memory. Any rat that
You're a
you're aware
normie.
of who's famous or
Yeah.
noteworthy, not like this.
So someone goes up to talk to me. I'm Wade Crossing. It's a pleasure to meet you.
I don't
What,
find too much distinguishing.
what about the outfit? Anything?
It looks like a traveling merchant's outfit. It's equipped with some... what would a traveling merchant have?
Well, what are they selling?
A scarf and a pen, quill.
No, like, symbols or anything on him?
No.
Okay.
Well,
Fair enough.
I
Looking
think
up...
Alex had something.
Oh yeah, Doc, you can go first. You want?
Is there anybody else around?
That's exactly what I was going to ask.
Yes. Looking around a little bit more, you see a small collection of wagons, a caravan, if you will, that you're all standing next to, except for those who are walking around exploring. and they're being pulled by sturdier, the same things that were pulling your wagons. They're all harnessed, some wares are loaded, and barrels and crates, they're all ready to go. In fact, there's a couple more people next to the wagons who are looking at you as if they just finished taking up a break, getting back to the wagons. One of them, who is a... give me one sec. An uplifted penguin, who obviously does not belong in a jungle, wipes his brow with his flipper hand and says, "All right, break's over. Are you all ready then? Got a little bit ways to go."
I suppose so. If we must, and my curiosity, Wade will try and dig a bit of his claw into his palm just to see if he feels pain.
Yes, it does hurt.
This person that we're possessing is gonna be like, "Ow!" when we get out.
Yeah. Crim lands next to Cash and looks at his reflection. He's like, "Oh, not bad. I always wanted a longer beak."
He looks up at him like, I don't know. I think a dragon fits you more, Crim. I'll be honest.
Oh no, I definitely prefer that, but if I was a bird again, longer beak's pretty nice. He seems mesmerized by his own reflection briefly.
Just occurs to me, would Alex be wearing this uniform? With the shell and everything?
I'll
Maybe
figure
he
it
just has
out.
a scarf or something, or
You have very custom uniform, so it's you got the chest part and then the tiny little bit there and there.
you're like
really uncomfortable to put on.
it's like a Koopa Troopa when you jump in them.
It's underneath
the
his shell.
They all look a little bemused, the other two people of this caravan, but not as much as you would expect from people who suddenly went to stare at their reflection and flew off into the treetops. They're unusually tolerant of what you're all doing.
If you don't mind, if you can indulge me in a quick question. I have completely forgotten if we passed New Year's or not. So do you know what year it is?
The other two look at each other.
I have a very poor perception of time, but I need it for something else.
As you're speaking those last words, Wade, your own voice becomes distant to you. It's everyone standing here listening to you. The world shimmers and strains and cracks, and then shatters like a pane of glass. But behind those falling shards, you see the same landscape around you. You're kind of back where you were initially standing. The penguin hasn't spoken yet. The leaves disturbed by Crim's flight upward are still again. It's rewound.
Not again.
You gotta be kidding me.
Broke character, I suppose.
That's my assumption.
Get resolved, Wade.
All right, so how does
sorry.
it...
I was a bit too eager on that question. I need a more organic way to say it.
How does a middle-aged rat act?
These damn taxes these days.
But we still have our spell work.
Oh, right, we're still around. Everybody else probably can't talk about this too much.
Yeah, there are some other passers-by. You see one woman leaning out of a window of a home, fanning dry a shirt. It's calm town atmosphere vibes.
All right, then Turner will ask. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
Turner will kind of ask, what was our stop for this trip again?
The penguin says, we're going to meet, pulls a list out, unrolls it a bit, and you see about 2/3 down is where his eyes are tracking. One sec, actually, I might find this in my notes.
Just want to know how much longer I got to be on my feet before I can go back to the skies again. He looks up at the canopy above them.
Tochald, She's supposed to be buying a good amount. And then after that, it won't be long before we head south again. Hooray.
What settlement was that?
It's a little further in Bradge.
Wait a minute. I'm looking around at like everything. Does this look like this could be from Gerdumble with Swamp Silk?
You take a moment to look at the wares, opening it. Now you see pots, pans, cookware. No, this is not silk.
If only we could live our whole lives like this.
Well, you all ready to go? It was a nice break. We're almost there.
Yeah, as much as we can. It's a long
Grim-
trail ahead of it. Go on.
Crim seems like he's all right with this. He's like, well, he kind of murmurs to this. Well, it's a vision. May as well play along. And he happily tries to think of how to be a merchant.
We've quite the trail ahead. Have you heard of any recent events, news? I'm bored as sin.
The wheels start turning as one of them spurs the sturdier. It seems it's fully appropriate to simply walk or ride the wagon. It's pretty easy to fit in. You said you're asking about news, Bugle?
Yeah, like news, recent events, something to pass the time.
From the people in town.
Penguin says, I'm going to be caught up in another long conversation with you, aren't I?
you know me. I think I'm like this in every life.
Well, Karifi's Karifi. It's always bustling and changing and innovating. I think you noticed that yourself. I hope that we'll make it to that new school. They're really recruiting a lot up in the peaks of Ipsar, but there's no requests right now. And I don't think we've heard anything.
How long have they been open up there?
Let's go with a few decades. I don't think we'll make it to Hurup Corral. There's no one. We got no orders then up there. I just hope they're recovering all right after, the Outclassed War not too long ago.
Everything.
Turner's gonna try to piece this information in his mind to get a time frame. I'm gonna guess maybe this might be around maybe 30 to 40 years in the past.
I was thinking 20, but that could be it.
So I figured the school would have been built not too long after the first campaign. And same thing if the corral's still in recovery mode. Yeah, it definitely has to be pretty recent.
Oh, harsh business, that. Just keep to ourselves.
Yeah, way too hot up here. And after a moment, you get to a neighborhood, if you will, that's a lot more busy, a lot more buildings and people and worked roads instead of just the natural dirt, and people calling out. There's shops, there's a main thoroughfare that you're entering now, and as merchants you have a feeling this would be your destination. Penguin calls for the sturdier to stop at the base of a particularly large tree that has one of those long spiral wooden staircase embedded into the trunk. And he cranes his head up and calls that name up, Tochal, that he'd said before. And after a moment of coming and some waiting, a big polar bear guy steps out of the trunk room that he was in and leans over, waves, goes back in, comes back down with like a couple coin purses and a ledger. And racing out behind that polar bear guy who looks like he's, his 50s, maybe a dad, 2 other people run out. One moment.
Turner looks to the penguin and then back at the polar bear and to the penguin, "We thought that you weren't fitting here."
Merchant's life.
Well, what's his excuse? He lives here.
I don't know. Running out of that room, you see 2 people. One is a polar bear kid, maybe like 10 years old or so. And he is being chased by a jaguar kid. Polar bear is a girl, and the jaguar is a boy. They're both dressed in loose-fitting clothes made for those around here, judging by the way everyone else is dressed, typical Braj fashion. Playing some kind of modified tag, shouting at each other in common as they follow the older polar bear down, and he starts doing business with the penguin, talking about exchange of goods, what's the price this year, how's trade, etc., etc.
I bet the jaguar cheats when the polar bear's it and climbs up the trees.
Jaguar does cheat a little bit.
Does the jaguar seem familiar anyway?
I was also thinking the same thing.
Oh god, I hope not.
You could roll a perception check.
Alright guys, we go back in time. Do we kill baby Scroocha?
No, it's a vision. It won't work anyway. We'll just get rewound.
Sorry, 1 sec. I was checking my modifier. Alright. D20 plus 4. Haha.
Wow.
No, I wasted my good rolls.
Yeah, it's not a waste.
21. You look at this kid, and he's running past you, jumping on the wagons, being scolded as these 2 are playing. And you try to imagine him older. You try to imagine him with more scars, with more of a muscular, brutish build, with a maul peeking out on his back, or some of those animal spirits that were helping him in combat. The resemblance is certain.
Oh.
This is Scroocha.
Well.
And
He said his beginnings were humble.
as you look at this, you can picture Scroocha, adult Scroocha, in your mind's eye. He looks like this.
Ah! Oh, hey!
Thanks to Sinchi for the art.
Ah.
I knew Citri. I
Beautiful
recognized that.
cat.
Very nice.
Yeah, well, I suppose we best meet the locals.
Yeah, the penguin says, like, I've got this. You can do what you will.
I always think it's always good to ingratiate ourselves in the community. Wait till take a few steps. Hey, little boy, it's good to see you.
He says, yeah, sure. And when he says that, he does not have the accent of adult Scroocha. He does not have that curtness. He sounds like a completely different guy. He runs past you.
I know stranger danger and all that, but hey, we cats got to stay together. My name's what's up?
Thinking about it, I've never seen 2 cats actually get along.
True enough. Call me back. Past D&D character, good times.
Yeah, okay. The polar bear kid says, turns out you couldn't catch me, and you can't come with me either, so this will be your last chance. And Scroocha says, I am coming with you. I am. And then the polar bear adult says, quiet down, Rondi, and your friend Scroocha. We're doing important things here. And Rondi, the polar bear girl, quiets and does a little bow, sorry. And then turns on Scroocha, who has stopped chasing now and almost seems angry at what she said.
The two of you going on some sort of trip, or at least they intend on it?
I'm hopeful, says Rondi. My dad will negotiate me coming along. I'm old enough. I'm 11 tomorrow. I don't think that... I mean, I hope, but, you know, we're going to Seor. I heard you guys are, at least, and... Scourge's still kind of young, she says quietly. But I think it'll be fun. You'll get plenty of time to know me.
Yeah, sounds great. The traveling merchant life's not for everybody, but is it the life for you two?
Scourge says, yeah, it'll be super fun, and I don't know. I've heard there's grapes to the south. I've never really had a grape before.
Yeah, it's great. A kid like you make a killing. Just know it.
Rondi rolls her eyes and says,
Turner just kind of places a hand on Wade's shoulder, just kind of like just squeezes like really hard.
He like winces.
Cashmere walks on the other side of Wade and will, bend down to be on Scourge's level and be like, "Hey, you have parents too? Maybe they would like to buy something."
Well, my dad just, he died, I guess. So, no, I don't.
I'm gonna
But I'll
give,
be okay.
Snap Resolve for that, bit of a clever way of trying to get that info.
Thank you.
Yeah, he was, he's on the lumber crew, and they get the trees that aren't from around here, and there's an accident. I don't know. He starts sniffling.
Hey. It's okay, it's okay. I understand. Why don't you, what about your mom? Is she doing alright?
He looks uncomfortable, and Rondi steps in. For an 11-year-old, pretty protective, says, his mom had some kind of wasting sickness. We never knew her. Just his dad.
Oh man. Tough break. Kids like you shouldn't lose parents like that.
My condolences.
Yeah.
But this is your home, huh?
They both say, yep. And in that silence, you can overhear the conversation between the father, the polar bear, and the penguin, who seems to be the leader of this merchant caravan. The business is concluded, and he's saying, hey, one more thing. If you can, could you take Rondi along? She won't be a bother. She's helpful. She's got a leaderly streak in her. Or maybe that's the bear wanderlust. I know you're not maybe planning to go straight to Seor. That's where she wants to go. I'm sure she'll be satisfied if you entice her a different direction. You know, the penguin says, she's a polar bear. I get it. She probably wants to see her homeland, her species.
Oh, that's where it is.
Polar bear shrugs. And they start talking about what she could provide and the food and nothing about Scroocha.
Yeah, I'll be able to indulge it, but it seems they both want to.
Scroocha wipes his nose and says, yeah, I want to go too. I don't know what I'd do here. And the penguin seems uncertain about 2 kids coming along.
We all have to sharpen our claws every once in a while, so see a bit of the world when you have the chance.
What is Wade currently again?
Lion.
Oh, Lion, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, even one kid is a lot. It's a dangerous world out there, especially after the war. You gotta really want it, right? Don't you?
You just seizes that opportunity. Yeah, I do really want it. I can't just stay in school forever. Seems like he's being half playful, but also sounding desperate. I'm not gonna have my room to go back to anymore. I can't just. I mean, Rondi's my best friend, and I just want to stay with her. Rondi says, "No, Scroocha, you can't come. You really have to stay. Just because I want to do this, I've wanted to do this, doesn't mean that you just come along. It's gonna be moons, years, maybe." The Penguin and the dad seem thoughtful.
Turner will kind of go up to the Scrooge and then ask him, well, setting your friend aside, do you know what it is that you want to do?
So you're asking Rondi or Scroocha?
Scrooge. We know what Rondi wants to do. Like if let's say that, she was not going, and then, or whatever it is that you want to do, she would follow. What is it that you want in life?
Is it the wrong answer? He leans over to Rondi. Should I just say, have fun? Should I be honest? And she says, "Oh, you're such a kid." I don't know. I want to be strong and healthy like my dad was, and I want to eat grapes.
I'm
You
gonna.
want to see the world, huh?
Or worst aspirations to have.
Duck?
I'm gonna look at Scroocha and say, gonna be a long trip. Probably gonna be a lot of walking. You think you're up for that?
It'll be pretty boring most of the time.
I could do anything she can do. So yeah, I'm up for it. Please.
Turn look to the polar bear and then ask him, are you his guardian currently?
His father died last moon. It's a tree felling accident. I have been acting as his guardian. She's been his best friend since they were infants. It's hard to keep them apart.
And Turner will kind of look to Rondi and then kind of like very quietly to her, pull her aside, and then ask her, do you specifically not want him there?
Oh. No, don't get me wrong. It'd be really cool if he was there. We'd have so much fun. But it's not about fun. I'm gonna be an adult soon, and I want to see the world and see where I came from, and he just wants to have fun. I think he's not an idiot. He's not gonna annoy the adults. I just don't know if he's up for it. I'll miss him, though.
Still a kid. Maybe, for the time being, he should have fun.
But does that fun have to involve going all over the place? Oh, who am I kidding? That's what I wanted.
Well, hey, some of us have lived that life. It's not the worst thing in the world if you're with the right company.
Scrooge yowls, and it's very cute sounding because he's like 9. You guys don't get it! I don't have anyone here. She's leaving. I'm just gonna be Scrooge the street kid, or Scrooge the lives at school kid. I want to go. The other merchant who isn't the penguin sighs and rubs his head.
Turner's kind of wondering right now at this point, like, if this, was like the was like a turning point for him? Like, would they be setting him on the path he was, or on a different path right here?
Well,
Yeah.
if we break the path, we'll just rewind.
Yeah.
Cashmere will say, we can't bring along every little kid that wants to go on adventures. If we did that, we'd be carrying around half the city. Look, I know it's been hard, but you need to live your life out a little bit more in a controlled environment. Not...
Well, what support does he have here? Crim looks at the polar bear for that answer. Can he make new friends? What's the support for people like him?
And I'll say, Snap, as Cashmere is saying that before Crim intervenes, and the penguin's like listening, starting to kind of nod along with you thoughtfully, the vision shakes a little bit.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
The father says, we're in Braj. It's busy. There's not a lot of time to look after young ones unless they're your own. He's not going to be neglected. But it's unusual for someone to lose both their parents. That's who does the child rearing around here. Maybe he should go, if you all can take care of him, at least until you find a suitable place for him to be. That isn't the big city.
Well,
You'll have to be careful. You'll have to listen to us a lot. It's not like you can just wander off safely to places when we're traveling.
yeah, and none of us are your daddy, okay? If you're coming with us, you're doing work.
Okay. Yeah, that's how it's gotta be. That's how it's gotta be. We all grow up one day, right, Rondi? He says with a bit of bitterness.
Yeah.
Just nods.
Yeah, but we can make new friends along the way.
Yeah. And his eyes start to sparkle a little bit as he imagines a picture you're painting for him with that. And as you say that, the world doesn't shimmer or shake or crack or shatter again, but it starts to kind of accelerate. Like the words blur together, the light blooms, the vision is fading as if it's complete.
All right, Wade, he's gonna take a knee as he just puts both of his hands on Scrooge's shoulders. Hey, kid, can you send us something?
The light around him is brightening, but you have his attention.
I'm sorry to say this, but you'll go on to do terrible things, and you're either gonna rot in the cellar or die like a dog. I want you to know that.
Oh my god.
He pulls back with complete innocent terror. And the world cracks and shatters even as it's fading to white. As if it's taken two paths simultaneously.
Oh.
And I think we'll have to take a break there.
Jeez.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Seems like some sort of speedrunning exploit trigger two different loads on the same frame.
Alright, well, on that note, we'll see you in about 10 minutes.
Welcome back. We've all been revitalized by Snap's energy and his talk voice. Oh, it's so hyped.
Oh no, I scared Murdoch.
The formless white of the completed vision begins to take a form anew. The white becomes motion, patterns, snowflakes falling in curtains. It's a blizzard. You're standing in a small amount of snow, and looking around at each other, you're in a different place. You're not back at, the outskirts near Murbarak in present day. But where are you? You're in a snowbound land. And you look different.
Donkey Kong Country.
It is, and you look different, even though you're wearing more or less the same kind of clothes. Wade, you're a snow leopard. Turner, you're a skua, which is a type of Arctic bird. Alex, you are a seal. Cash, you are a goat. And Crim, you are a penguin, but a different penguin than the other penguin.
He's a pangaloos.
Oh, one correction.
I wish I was a snow leopard.
You aren't wearing the same clothes. You are wearing bodies that are strong, resilient, fit. And the clothes you're wearing are simple and utilitarian. They look like treated furs, some weaponry, some small pouches for things that are only of use, not for decoration or demarcating what organization you're with, or something for leisure that you might use on the road. You're entirely different people now, and you're well suited to this environment, it seems. There are others with you, and about half of them are polar bears uplifted. A couple feral polar bears too, as part of the group. The other half are all Arctic-seeming folks. None of them are talking, all standing somewhat close together. They all look not stern, but as if their resting expressions are weathered ones.
Turner just kind of looks. Oh, no, I was just gonna have Turner kind of look to the others, just try to try to pick out whichever one's weight in his mind, and then just say, do you feel better about yourself now?
A little bit. Should we go find the little shed?
The snowscape cracks and shatters immediately, and you are reset a few seconds backward.
Maybe we shouldn't be doing that.
One other thing you noticed from when you both spoke, your voices were powerful. When you spoke in a normal speaking voice, it was as if thaumaturgy was cast on you, and the very ground shook as the air carried your voices, as if your voices were too powerful for the air to hold by itself.
Can I do some sort of check to see if there is actually some sort of magical at play here affecting our speech?
Can Crim sense that?
You don't sense magic with your feature, Crim, but you sense that you could if it was there. And you could roll History or Arcana, Alex.
Great at either one. Yeah, that's a 5.
5. Didn't seem magic. You didn't see many magical stuff people were doing.
Upon seeing the first rewind, Crim was about to talk, but then he goes quiet and instead he thinks to himself, I prefer the other body.
Cashmere will shout out onto the open wilderness in the hopes that it echoes. He will shout, "Hello!"
There are tremors, as if the vision didn't like that. And the others who are dressed like you look at you in surprise, some of them getting into crouches like, is there some kind of danger peering into the place where you had shouted?
I think that was a trick of the eye, Crim says quietly, trying to cover for him.
But you do hear back from the place you shouted, although it's not amplified like your voice was. Yes, hello. We're almost there. We can't quite see the trading post. I'll meet you. Follow my voice if you would, please. Silent people.
The others will look and starts heading over.
When you just like a Kratos like grunt. Just moving.
Wait, did they say silent people at the end?
They
Oh.
do, yeah.
Guess who isn't?
You would all know because it's like a DC 5 history check. The silent people are the names for the people who live in Seor, far to the south in Bos.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, the Silent Sea.
Interesting.
Is that a meaningful term? Do we have tongues?
Or was that actually where we are? Okay, I thought we were like in the Pocked Barrens.
That was me moving that. I assume this is pretty close to our location.
Yeah, probably it's gonna be somewhere around there.
Okay.
You could roll a history check if you want to learn more, but as you wander forward Cashmere, yeah, you see a cluster of rocks emerge from the blizzard and a big snow-covered log cabin that offers some shelter that, for some reason, you guys all haven't taken. And there's a few wagons approaching through the snow towards the trading post.
That sounds cool. What do we just follow the others? Just kind of get into character.
Yeah, Cashmere will stand there with his arms crossed, threaten menacingly, sternly.
Since we're
The mission solidifies, it loves it.
Yeah, I feel
since
like
we're getting
I feel like I'm gonna have a hard time looking stern and intimidating as a seal.
it's fine. I mean, Crim is a floofy penguin, which, speaking of which, recognizing that this may be the only opportunity he ever has for this, he will, taking advantage of this and the fact that it's probably natural to do so, he'll belly slide his way the rest of the way. Because it's silent, it's faster, and he's a penguin.
It's very fun, and your tummy is built for it, and no one gives you a weird look. Because that's
But you
what
can't
a
make it look
penguin-
fun.
All regroup with Kratos-like grunts and stern visages. And coming out of the snow, which is thinning, it seems like you enter this vision on the tail end of the blizzard. You see a few figures. As the snowfall ends in a couple minutes, this is kind of the landscape you will see around you.
A cold, not tundra quite. A field with snow in the back.
Very
It's called a
scenic.
taiga.
The caravan of wagons looks the same, but there's fewer crates, fewer barrels, fewer clanging and clonging as it approaches. And a couple fewer people. That penguin dude is gone. It seems the person who does the talking at the front now is an ocelot woman. She wasn't there when you were in Bradge. And you see two people who are dressed in traveling clothes. They look not like playful kids anymore. They look like they've seen some stuff. An older Scroocha and an older Rondi, the polar bear. They look like they're 12, 13-ish now. It's been multiple years.
Is our previous bodies, are they there? Like the previous people we were controlling?
A couple of them are, but not all of you.
Looking good.
There's a lion there who stands and flexes and says, I used to be inhabited by a really cool guy. The ocelot woman steps forward and bows, and as if the rest of this merchant company has been briefed on this, including the two teens, they all bow. None of the people dressed like you bow, but some of them kind of nod, recognizing the display.
So this time we're not the traders, we're the ones who are like, who have called their
Being
services.
traded too. Yeah.
Yes. One of the uplifted... Sir? Okay. One of the uplifted polar bears speaks. It sounds like speech, but it also sounds like a whisper. And his voice isn't as bellowing as you've all found your voices naturally are. He has this... He's very big. He's tall even for a polar bear, like 7 foot something, and he's got roby scars all around his body. He's late 50s, but he looks ready to fight a mammoth. He says, I am Ulfar. Welcome to our trading post, number 7. We appreciate you coming this far. May we trade? The Ocelot replies, yes, thank you for meeting us as well. Absolutely. Let us show you what we have. I'll start bringing some things into your trading post if you wouldn't mind. Ulfar nods. One of the other polar bears, who looks a little thinner, a little shorter, but there's clearly a family resemblance to this first polar bear who spoke. And he's got like bracelets with like fangs on them and a cool bone necklace, a bit more clothing on him. He sort of snorts and says in a bit louder of a whisper, yes, but hurry up. We don't have all day. The blizzard might return. I will help you. He steps forward and starts helping the merchants.
Sounds good.
I will have Cashmere step, as they're coming forward, Cashmere will step in between, like Rondi in particular, and hold up a hand. Wait. He tries to keep his voice low. I do not recognize you.
Ocelot says, we meant no offense. I'm very sorry. Should have brought this up immediately before the trade, as it is unusual. This is Rondi. She has always wanted to visit Sior, her grandparents' home. And this is Skrucha, her best friend. He has no home. We were hoping to ask you something about them once the trade and the important business is complete.
Young.
I see. And he'll turn to the others and he's trying to hide a grimace, but everybody, you guys can see it on his face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Young.
Yeah, Wade just has this look of, I know where this is going.
There's very sparse talk matching the lands around as you guys go inside, and there's a bunch of metalworking, things that would be simple in most smithies. Oh, some daggers, some pliers, some pots and pans. Stuff that looks sturdy, but so simple. And they're paying pretty good sums for it. It seems like this guy who's introduced himself as Ulfar, he makes comments like, yes, this one I could tell by the craft will last years, not moons. Whereas the second polar bear, the thinner, slightly smaller one, it's like, he says comments that are more about how they appear, and that one's ugly and misshapen, and I don't want that. Do you want that? I would have expected better. Meanwhile, sort of half addressing whoever you are, Cashmere, but also in a way that Ulfar, and this other guy says he's Ulbrak, could hear, starts explaining, we would be hopeful if you would consider permitting Rondi and even Scroocha to stay here for a while, a long while, if possible. They're both road-hardened and interested in learning how it is to live in a place like this, and they could provide you, I'm sure. We don't know much about how the silent people accept outsiders temporarily or even permanently. I'm wondering what your thoughts were. Yes, well?
Turner will kind of look as if he's kind of like sizing them up, and then just say, remembering to be quiet. Looks like the polar bear is even having trouble acclimating. How do you expect the whatever you are? No disrespect. You don't seem suited to this type of land.
The polar bears in Rondi?
But he's like,
Yeah.
Ronnie's a polar bear, right?
Yeah.
He's like saying, he's like, just kind of guessing that she's like having trouble because Turner has the knowledge that she's from Brad, so he's just assuming that maybe she's like not used to the cold here, and then he's kind of like saying, how do you expect the jaguar to handle it here?
Well, if their bodies are not highly suited to the cold, we know it is becoming winter. It's particularly cold right now, for me and others. You could garb them in, cold winter clothing. They would get used to it. They're young. They're adaptable.
He's strong seeming. It seems almost fate. As a little side note, I have a bullet point from when we first met Scroocha. Served in military unit down south with quiet sort.
Oh, bring
Wow.
it back around. Okay, cool.
Nice. Turner will ask, you said her grandparents? Who are they?
She steps forward. Their names were Pyre and Hincha. There's no look of recognition on any of your compatriots' face.
Will they know of like Siora as like a big place? Is it like very communal? Is it kind of just like a bunch of small places in like a big tundra or mountainy region, so they might just not know every settlement?
Good question. Roll a history check, please.
History.
Ooh, we're gonna change that nat 1 to a nat 11, 19.
Yes, these people used to be called the Silent Tribes. And each of these tribes had names and chiefs and bloodlines and such. But nowadays, in the modern zeitgeist, especially after the Outclassed War, they're becoming more of the silent people. There's more intermingling, more interest in not just sticking to themselves, but learning from others, spreading their strength, that sort of thing. So it's very reasonable in this vast land that they weren't from this nearby location.
Turner would ask them, do you know what tribe they might be from? We are a big place, as you can tell.
Regrettably, sir, I do not. I didn't know them very well. I didn't know much of their culture at all, and that's why I'm here.
Do you know if they still live?
No, they passed.
I would like to talk with them directly.
If you're gonna be here, then you must work.
Merchant's nod is expecting this, and one of them shoves Scroocher forward, who looks like he's having some second thoughts.
Cashmere will pointedly raise his voice. Boy!
The timber shakes.
Tell us, why do you wish to join us?
His voice seems to have been robbed from him by yours. Rondi says, I could speak for him. He's just a little nervous because we've been through a lot. He's, a jaguar. He's meant for jungles and warm and rivers, whatever jaguars do, but
I think
We-
he should speak for himself.
oh. She like shrugs down and backs up.
If you wish to survive here, you must speak.
It's ironic.
Don't mind him, he's new.
I really like I think the elements, like primal nature, like the blizzard we just saw. It's awe-inspiring. And I know you guys, from what I understand, are all about that kind of life. And I want to learn, but to be honest, I'm mostly here because Rondi's here. I don't want to lie to you. I'm not weak, though. I've been through a lot. A lot. And I even know how to fight a little bit. So I'm not just gonna be a sightseer. If you would be so kind as to consider us staying with you for a while.
You seek power, strength.
No. I can't imagine myself wanting to be the strongest or do anything like that. I just want a place to belong.
Will he give us an amused huff?
Turner just kind of like pointing behind his back, and his mouth's very quietly mouths pointing at Wade. Do not make me push you into the frozen ocean.
At this point, Ulfar and Ulbrak have taken interest, and the trade is done. Ulfar, all scarred, steps forward, says in that loud, naturally whisper, "Life here is hard. I say that I will hear my brother, the rest of my tribesmen's voices. You can stay now for a moon, and longer if you contribute and learn well." And then Ulbrak cuts in. "How will this look, Ulfar? Weakness, or mouths to feed? We have to watch out for our tribe most. This is a silly consideration."
We need a
When you
druid.
say you have been through much, sounds as though you have encountered many trials and tribulations to make it this far. Would you tell us of them?
The merchants all look weary. You can sense agreement from them. Scrooge says, "There were strange monsters on the road that we had to run away from, had to get help from a town. Finally killed them. They had so many tails. It was horrible the way they died. We got robbed twice. That was back when Petrion was leading us. You wouldn't remember. We got lost once. Oh, and by the way, I'm an orphan. Both my parents are dead. Is that enough? I mean, I don't think that's normal for traveling merchants. I think we got real bad luck."
Maybe one or two of those. All of them, bad luck.
During this, Crim's been quiet. He is specifically trying to like gather details of any of this that might be useful for when the vision ends, because this seems like a rare opportunity to figure out potential prior paths that Scrooge had taken, weaknesses and stuff like that. He already has a few ideas.
We need to figure out what happened to Rondi at the end of this.
Yeah, basically.
Well, if you come here to purge weakness, it must be recognized.
Ulfar okay.
Alex looks at Rondi. You intend to stay here?
I would like that very much, sir. Scroocha echoes her words.
Crim actually will speak up here. He'll tilt his head slightly bird-like, and then say, "You traveled as merchants very far, and after all you've seen here, where life can be difficult, after all the difficulty you've already gone through, is your choice. Why?" He's asking that to Rondi in particular, but Scroocha as well, even though Scroocha is just following Rondi.
Rondi says, maybe it's silly reasoning. I'm a polar bear. I should be made for this, and it feels right. I'm not someone who would have come this far chicken out. I came because I have a destination in mind, and I'm at it.
Turner looks to. Do you have more ammo before you?
No, that's it. I was about to do what you were about to do, so go.
Okay, yeah. Turner looks to Scroocha and then just says, and you came all the way here as well from what, the other side of the continent? All because of your friend here?
Olbrak, by the way, the thinner polar bear, mutters. Many words you have today, Athent. To you, Turner.
Does the world kind of shiver?
It does a little bit. And it seems that sentiment is shared amongst many of the tribesmen. But it still progresses. Scrooge says, I'm from Bratch. Yes. I've done a lot of soul searching, and like I said, I think, and I've seen firsthand, that nature is powerful, and that interests me, and there's nowhere that's in more evidence than right outside. But I've also found in my soul searching that I don't have a place to belong. I've never really known what it means to have that, like people at your back, like a community. And seeing you all stand there, it's, even though it's not quite what most people would think of when they hear the word community, everyone knows that the silent people, they go through everything together. And they would die for each other, and it's hardcore. So, you know, I want to see what it's all about.
So in this moment here, Cashmere is not very good with history, but I want to try anyways. But he will frown, realizing something, and he will try to look and see, are the silent people still a thing? Or at least,
Yeah.
Have they been have they been partly destroyed? Has anything happened where in the past they might have fallen apart in some way? So I'll just roll a d20 for this.
Sure, yeah.
And also, apparently we're a military unit.
Or at least had one, or at least maybe a small group that maybe had to fight some people or something.
That's just a 5.
Cashmere. Yeah, you know, these people are pretty solitary. The ones that leave often don't go back, so there's not too much, who wants to go to Seor? There's not a whole lot. It's like snowy wasteland and brutal. So it's not exactly a place that generates a lot of news and culture, at least that you've heard about.
Okay. Cashmere will ask, you are used to losing community, are you not?
Yeah, I guess I am. Are you?
Cashmere does not answer. He looks over at Olbrecht or whatever the old one's name is.
He, in turn, this man who seems to carry the weight around here, the scarred, tallest polar bear, he looks at all of you and his expression says, "What do you think?"
I suppose if he survives the winter, then maybe he's
As I
built for
said,
it.
Seems fate.
You will experience more loss, cat. That is the way of the world.
But Crim speaks up. Hopefully you can find your place. Just don't lose yourself.
Well, I'll do what I can so that I can say all the loss and hardship is behind me. And Randi says, and I will too. We'll be strong together.
We'll never all be behind you. Whether you're here, whether you're elsewhere, that's a part of life. And if you think you can become strong enough that you can avoid that, you're setting yourself up on a fool's errand.
Olbrak, the thinner polar bear with all the bracelets and stuff, says, "Oh, Enar, don't need to be quite so dour. We could have things. We could be strong. We are smart, skilled enough." And then Ulfar says, "I fear Enar is right. There will always be hardship, and we can only strive to rise to the occasion, so that there is a brighter future for those ahead of us." And he looks at the ocelot and says, "I agree with them. I have made my choice. They can stay, for now." And the ocelot and the other merchants look relieved, but not nearly as much as Randi and Scroocha, who regain their childhood for a moment, grinning at each other, fangs bare, like, high five.
I hope, Scroocha, you listen to our advice. I fear with what you've been through, it's already too late.
Guess we'll see. I'm Scroocha, by the way. What's your name?
It doesn't matter.
I suppose that is true. The air starts to glow. The walls of this simple timber cavern for exchanging words and goods begins to blur.
What's next?
And as you look and see your forms being overtaken by this light, although no one else seems to be reacting to it, and the ground beneath your feet, the bite of the cold on your exposed nose or whatever flesh you have outside your clothes becomes indistinct. You feel dirt underneath your butts and your backs. You feel different clothes. You feel yourselves again as the pre-dawn dark of the grasslands of Kara returns.
Crim brings a paw to his muzzle. He's like, nice to have scales again.
I feel like our journey there was only about halfway done.
Thanks for... Oh, sorry. Thanks for showing us that.
Yeah, I think I get it now.
You turn looking... Axa's gone.
Oh, well... At least you didn't stab us.
Yeah, we could bust out the spells, but I'm content to see her leave.
unless she decided to make herself comfortable, looking back at the wagon. I suppose it's probably a good thing she was gone. Don't know if it's in poor taste, but I was going to ask if it was a cat that got her tongue.
You know, I'm a little worried, actually. I think that was a time power. Well, hopefully she's alright.
Fingers crossed.
Why did she have those specific memories? I don't get it.
Point to his character, I suppose.
Yeah, but how did she get them? Is that how her power? I don't get it.
Perhaps someone didn't like her. She lost her tongue because of it, to keep it silent.
To be honest, I think if you lose your tongue, you're in a lot more trouble than not being able to talk.
True enough. But the important thing is we have an emotional weakness for Scroocha. We can use that.
Yeah.
Let's not do that immediately. It might also just make him even more mad and then never stop trying to kill us.
Yeah.
I think that's inevitable at this point.
You know what bothers me the most about
Wait.
this? Is that he clearly just wants a community.
Well,
So
he's
he
setting
chose-
one up.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, he kind of walked down a dark path with that one. But, Wade, you seem awfully violent suddenly.
I have a question for you, Crim. Do you,
Oh, that's a good start.
do you recall the name of the woman from the tavern?
No?
Exactly.
Let me think.
Would Cashmere remember?
You know, admittedly, I had this same suspicion, but what was that?
Find it. What's the name of your town, Grim?
Your hometown backstory town.
Something.
Oh, Trebletown. Treble.
Right.
All about that treble.
I'm all about that trouble.
They have like a rivalry with Base Village.
Wow. One moment. Right, in the Crimson Rhythm. You would have remembered that bird.
Crimson Rhythm.
That was the name of the inn.
Oh.
How fitting.
I forgot we all have magic for it. Shit.
Yeah, we do have magic for that.
Alright, well, better question, Crim. Do you know where she grew up? Who her parents were? Her first childhood crush?
Are you... No, but are you saying that you do?
No. But we don't know it because she wasn't important. She was meat. She lived, she loved, and she died. And we never got to see her flashback, did we? And she did it all without screwing over others in the process.
Cashmere holds up his hand. Her name was Alva.
Oh, fantastic.
Um,
Thank you, Cashmere.
Wait, I understand what you're saying. I'm saying that you're letting rage cloud you. Come on, we need to be strategic about this. He's basically invincible.
Yeah, yes, I'm glad we got the vision so that we can understand how to defeat him. But I think you are letting your forgiveness cloud your vision, Crim. It was so recent, too. I didn't say it at the time, but putting skills on someone does not make them any less of an unrepentant slaver, does it?
I guess not, but it did get rid of her devil powers for a bit.
I suppose it does, but at least for me, there can be no forgiveness without justice. And I do not want to lead us down a path where we set all this aside and we forget all of his victims because of his tragic backstory.
Anybody's
I
got
agree.
to do that.
You're jumping to
I
a lot of
definitely would.
conclusions here.
From our past history, what we just did, we let that woman go free no matter what all she did. It's who we are, and I believe we'll do it again with him, if he gives us the reason.
The reason we let her go free is because she was a devil, and if we killed her, that wouldn't have done anything.
She
We
wasn't
did the
a
thing
devil.
that would have kept her away for the longest time.
We could have killed her when she was a dragon.
Maybe
No,
we
then she would have just gone
not.
to hell.
No,
I don't
would
know
she?
that we really know how that would have worked. It would have been a big risk.
That's what I'm getting at, Wade. You're thinking of all these things, but they're huge risks without calculations or planning. You're just angry.
Justifiably so, obviously, but we kind of need to make sure we don't make things worse.
And also, we need allies. If you're gonna be angry about it all the time, you're gonna scare people off.
I'm glad to put on the mask to prevent that. This time, I admit I've been a bit poor at that recently.
Cashmere, who's lying on the ground still at this point, like throws up his arms and like, you know what the worst part about this is? We could try to convince him to be on our side. That would solve all of our problems. And I don't want to fucking do that.
Would it bring them back?
No!
Well, I mean, if we
Nothing
find
would.
the right time power, maybe, but probably not.
Well, I'll say this, Crim. I think you've made some good points as well. I think I've reached some understanding of that man with this, but I found no forgiveness. And when all is said and done, when our journey is over, I intend to rot for my crimes, and I hope he does the same.
I think for your crimes, we can discuss that later, but for his, if you want my opinion, the best thing we can do for him is strip him of his powers and then have him face justice the normal way. If we want to, follow our own philosophy, we can't be the one to carry it out. We just have to make it possible for justice to reach him.
I hope circumstance gives us the chance.
Yeah, I get that. If we can't get rid of the powers, we'll have no choice, but, then it counts as self-defense, right?
That's always the rub with us, is it not?
And on a more pragmatic perspective, Wade, we still have inconclusive evidence for what even happened with his friend back there. We don't know if he was responsible for her death. We don't know if she's even out there still alive. There's still a lot, as I said, it felt like we were only halfway complete there.
Yeah.
If even that, there's still so much that we don't know. We don't know how we're going to use this information against him.
If we knew where she passed, I could talk to her.
I was thinking the same thing.
If she passed. This only gives us
Yeah.
at least... Well, it's quite a hunch to go to the literal opposite end of the world.
I could put a sending right now and check. It matter.
I wonder if Huston would know. Do you think he'd know?
I doubt it. I don't know if Huston... Wait. Would they know if Huston goes all the way down south? Doubt it. That's not part of the route.
I think Wade might know. He had talked to Huston about planning stuff before the adventure started. You would think, yeah, Huston probably has been to the outskirts of Seor to trade with them. At least some years.
Well, that's worth checking.
Yeah,
but-
I could contact him in a dream later. But anyway, you're saying?
Yeah. If we find out if and where she died, that could be useful. But that's a lot of big ifs and wheres right now. I kind of wish we had more of that vision to figure out what was going on there, but right now we just have a bit of youngness and some person that was important to him that he followed around a lot. The fact that he's not following her around anymore is pretty big.
Perhaps... Oh, go on.
Say your thing first.
Perhaps we could find ourselves, for lack of better wording, in that tribe and see what happened to them.
Well, this was...
Oh, yeah.
Would Turner get like a better estimate of the time frame now, having seen literally people that they know?
You know that in the modern day, Scritch's age is around 40.
Okay.
So it's about 30 years ago
Yeah, keep on
that this all happened.
That's what I was about to say in character. Yeah, this would be about 30 years, at least 30 years ago. Many of them will probably be passed on. There'd be a lot of new faces there.
Well, it's not a problem for me, is it?
Guess not, though finding their grave might be more difficult. We only got one name.
Enough. Well, are we taking a detour then?
Well, I mean,
Slow.
that's a bit of a as far of a detour as we can possibly take, so maybe we should follow... Maybe we should follow Tina first, yeah.
Wait, south? In the cold? Are you kidding me?
Don't worry, all the travel, it'll get you... You'll transition to it from the desert to the plains to the snow. Besides, you're worried. How do you think I'm gonna feel? I may not be cold-blooded, but I got scales. I don't have fur or feathers anymore. I need to get mittens.
And
4 mittens.
Or booties.
And not to harp on it too much, Wade, but we know of your vindictive streak. If you're going to keep on taunting Scroocha in his sleep, please don't update it. We don't want to let him. We don't want to let him know that we're digging into him.
Well, as a side note, I actually have the power to hurt him in his sleep, but But I agree that it's probably not in the best taste.
And probably not the smartest thing to do.
Speaking of which, we probably want to, not show our cards until we have a shot. We need as many surprises as we can against him.
Yes, I've taunted him enough. Well, next time I see him, it'll be face to face.
You feel a little refreshed. It seems your body's napped of a sort as you went through that vision that lasted 45 minutes, maybe, judging by the star positions and the light in the east. But there's still time to sleep, as it seems Piper and not Volo and Dynamo are still doing.
You're just coming out and saying it, aren't you?
Not Volo. He's fine. It'll be fine.
Wade goes to bed regretting that he didn't ask the squirrel where she got the gun.
Well,
You look
Maybe
under
we'll see
your
her again.
mattress.
2 things. First, you all get resolve. Bugle for again stimulating a cool RP.
In character.
Alex and Crim for the things they did in the scene, and then afterward, Turner for raising the suggestion to not bring up the fact that you guys have this information to Scroocha, and Snap for bringing up the best character hosting.
Yeah, and remembering all the stuff we did.
Yeah. Second thing is, Agsa left something when she left her. Agsa left something behind. Some writing on the ground. It says, "Really do want to help. We'll meet again." And barrel down, dotting one of those eyes, is that strange device. Accenting her point.
when Crim reads that message, he thinks to himself and says, there's a non-zero chance that she actually works for Scroocha.
Well, possibly. But as Wade he picks it up, gives a little spin, he looks down at the writing, just says, "You already have."
Well, she's trying to make us more sympathetic to him. I would say it's mixed results at best.
If anything, we can at least come understanding your enemy can be useful in its own ways.
And spending some time learning what this is, Wade. I'll just post it.
Appreciate it. Now I got somebody who's resident. I can use residence on stuff now. It's great.
Oh no.
What did
the
you call
gun.
it?
What's
Can't
it
just do
called?
it.
Hang on.
It's
Shoot
a
him
nut
with it,
shot.
right?
God
I mean,
damn
You
it.
can't just do this, Tal.
Why
Come on.
would you do this?
Oh.
that's what it does.
I mean,
At
yeah.
least- you know what? Let's just be glad that it's not called the Nut Buster.
and it's a sling too. And nice. Just enough ammunition to actually get 3 rounds off. Thanks.
So, like,
Yeah, good
does it
shit.
specifically use, like, acorns and other types of nuts like that, or is it, like, do you have to get specialized ones?
She was using acorns and such with it, yeah.
Cal, can it have 2 barrels?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh my
Uh,
god!
Well, you have your plans for resonance now.
Yeah, it's resonance then. Everyone, make a DC 20 Wisdom save.
I got a nat 20. You're dead.
Oh,
So your mace would do.
This world doesn't have firearms yet. This weapon's too dangerous to be left alive. It must end Resonance trial.
It must stay. I need it.
Oh, don't not shoot me, please.
what does that mean?
Please shoot me.
Oh my god! Terrible.
I think I'm dying.
I wish I was.
The next day is lovely.
Is it?
It's clear skies. It's a day in the savannah. You know, there's no blizzards. There's no scary people with loud voices. There's no tragic backstories. It's just a happy day. You know, nothing bad happens.
Hey, real quick question. What's the terrain like here? Is it more sandy and dusty, or is it like rocky?
It's more dusty and dirty. Yeah.
Darn.
There are some rocks every now and then, though.
No,
Especially as you...
I need the whole ground to be stone for the spell to work.
You could
What do
make
you
a
know?
slight detour and find some
No.
rocky... okay, all right.
No.
You should have asked Tal, what do you want it to be?
Yeah, I should have. I need to work on my yes and. Okay. Murbrak
Crim
comes
does-
into view. Oh, what?
Yeah, Crim does his usual stretches, and by the time they're ready to go, he's helping with the wagon this time.
Wagon Dragon.
Murbrak is about maybe 6 hours out at your current pace when, jumping out of the grasses, a roadrunner approaches the wagons. You know, one of those, like, mini ostriches, not the meat, but the
I don't
actual
think-
bird.
I don't think anyone doesn't know what a roadrunner is.
And then an ostrich comes out. You guys know what an ostrich is? It's got a long neck and a beak.
Oh, wait, that's a giraffe.
They're
I can tell by
yeah,
the
they're the
neck.
giraffes of the bird world.
Except they're a lot meaner.
The roadrunner stops in front of the sturdier, who kind of stop as well at the brazenness of this little feral bird, and its beak opens, and it starts talking in a voice that sounds familiar to you, Alex. I'm heading east from the Earth Fury Isles. They used to be gorgeous. I'll stop briefly in Murbrak to resupply, then I'll ask around and check every wadi until I found Stygian Wadi, I think you said. Good luck.
Alex gives a nod, knowing that there's no point in trying to return the message this way.
You don't have Animal Messenger?
I do not
I
have
do.
it prepared currently, no.
I do.
Well, do you have another person?
No, it's just a destination.
Oh, okay.
We don't necessarily know where she'll be right now, though, don't we?
We know that she's in Murbrak.
Yeah, she's probably going to be in Murbrak.
If that's the case, we'll try to catch her now.
Yeah.
Specify a location that you must have visited, and a recipient who matches a general description.
Oh, that handles it pretty well then.
A little vomit.
Hey, throw up. It's no
Just a
good.
little.
Just a little.
So, she said she's heading east from Earth Fury Isles and then heads to Murbrak. And we're at Murbrak.
6 hours away.
Just
but
about.
yeah.
So yeah, well, at the rate of her travel and how fast the Roadrunner kind of is on land, assuming it didn't rest or anything, we'll probably meet her there.
Well, yeah, based on Grying not that long ago, we saw her approaching Murbrak.
Mhm.
So,
And then she said she's going to check all the wadis.
yes.
Well then, just to make sure that we don't miss her, Turner will go up to the we have two sturdier riding us, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna place a wing on both of them and second level cast along Strider.
Ooh.
Wow.
All right. They do a little couple snorts and stay up the ground experimentally. They're kind of like flexing, looking ready for a run. And they quicken their pace as the Roadrunner runs off.
Oh, that's what they do.
Yeah.
But there's no road. Oh, wait, we're on a road.
She runs off into a fake painting of a tunnel built into
No.
a mountain.
We were so close. We were so close to not having a
This
joke.
Is that
The
a
good
coyote?
outcome. Roadrunner runs off, and you do see a feral coyote darting between the grasses trying to catch it, but it's just too fast.
Wow.
The coyote has to make fails a deck save, then an
Awful.
anvil falls on it.
We were so close.
You could use Resonance on the bear trap to make an anvil appear instead.
Oh my god.
Suddenly,
Magical anvil. Boom.
Suddenly, like the coyote's like holding up one of Crim's signs that says "Help."
Oh man, Crim totally could do that too, huh?
Honestly, that's like the best of the Looney Tunes cartoons.
Actually, that's a very good message to have if he needs to like get attention but be undercover. I'm gonna keep that in mind.
You pass a little hunting lodge complex that seems to have been destroyed but is being rebuilt. You see some people who are dressed in all sorts of crafts garbs, like adventuring party who are helping this. You pass a couple more kind of hunting lodges, a couple ranches, and then you're actually at Murbarak.
As they're kind of like traveling, Turner's just giving like a little bit of a like a history lesson, which she occasionally does to anyone who cares at all. Just talking about during the time of the Outclassed invasion, this place was just barely spared the fate of was it Fargan Shaw?
Fargan Shaw is a city up here.
Yeah, due to like a very like fortuitously timed sandstorm that just covered like almost the entirety of the Kara. Is it known where that actually came from, or did Varric keep that to himself?
I think he kept it to himself.
Yeah.
So, Murbarak. This is a place. Think Aladdin's Agrabah. Golden domes with spines, arches, pillars, colors that are ostentatious in other places, pinks and yellows and reds. And there's packed dirt by thousands and thousands of footsteps in the place of roads, but it serves nearly as well. It is a great density of buildings and a great density of culture and joy and song. This is a place that is a shelter from the wilds all around. It's an oasis in so many ways, but also literally, because as you approach, towering even above the third and fourth rare story buildings, there is a statue of a stag that seems divine in nature, and its hand is outstretched and welcome, and water is somehow upwelling from that hand and pouring down in many waterfalls into what you have probably heard of as the central oasis and main water supply of this place.
A god?
You could roll a religion check if you wish.
Widow just raised the question, I suppose, but not thinking about too hard himself.
I kind of know what it is, so I'll just kind of just do this ceremoniously. I got 6 on the die, which becomes a 14, but I think it's enough to know that it's...
Yeah, you know this is Helm, god of protection, safety, justice.
Fitting one, I suppose. Oh, nice atmosphere to this place, if a little a little hot. Some things never change. All right, shall we?
It was always a nice reprieve after traveling through Apex Woods.
Traveling in, no one stops you or inspects you. This place is welcoming to all. The city seems like it's doing quite well. The guards, at least the ones who think are probably guards, some semblance of a uniform, and they're armed, although many people are armed, especially these days. The guards are few and far between. You see signs, you hear people who are happy to direct you. Where do you wish to go?
I suppose it's your show now, Alex. What do you think?
Probably need to find an inn or something like that. Guesses that's where she'd be if she's looking for us.
Yeah, true.
Me, rather.
Do they have the equivalent of like RV parks?
Stables?
No, they do have large stables, though.
Yeah, but the tavern would be just specifically for meeting her, correct, or just having housing?
Yeah, that was my idea.
All right.
Look around.
Be good to get out of the dimension dorm.
Wow. Forgot. Is that actually what it's called?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
I forgot. I just guessed.
Okay.
Yeah. Able to find a good inn.
You soon find the Sleepy Flame Bar, place that's corner of a residential district and a side market street. A place where there's lots of eyes and lots of business to be had, but it's not the place to go, raucous and busy and prone to events. There's plenty of room to house your companions and your sturdier and wagons for now, or wagon. And inside, it's pretty nice. It's spacious, there's the smell of unusual spiced beer, and plenty of it. This place is actually rather packed for this time of day, like 3 p.m.
Sounds good. I gotta get some rest. So, any other ideas on locating her or drawing her to us?
Well, I could just go around holding a sign with her name.
There's potential in that. Yeah.
What? I don't know, Alex, is that too reckless?
Don't think so.
Well, what's something she would recognize from you? Anything?
Oh yeah, if you have a little trinket, I can carry it around on my neck or something.
He reaches into his shirt and pulls out this little wooden amulet sort of thing that he has.
That looks important to you.
You'd recognize this for sure.
Okay, well, I'll be very careful with it.
If we are intent on being boring, I could have you talk to her in a dream tonight.
I will say, Alex, taking that out, revealing it, thinking of what it means to you and the memories attached to it, this is something you would not part with, as I believe that is explicitly outlined. I mean, you could if you wish, but I think Alex would feel trepidation at giving this up.
Does it look a particular way? Does it have a symbol on it or anything like that?
Really, it's almost like it's deliberately abstract.
I know. I mean, if you're hesitant to give it, and also it seems really important, Turner, why don't you make a quick sketch, and I'll just put it on my paper.
I'm not exactly a great artist. I think you might want to ask Cashmere that.
Yeah, I'll do
okay.
it. Give me the paper, I'll do it.
And then Crim gives a paper and starts preparing how to get a quick message that says looking for Tina, and then the symbol. He's like, that should do it.
I will use my painting supplies to do a DC 10 Dex save.
Dex save?
Roll. Dex roll, my bad.
Okay.
Just for the hell of it, to see how accurate it would be.
Is this strategy acceptable to you, Doc?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. This will just be Dex, so... I guess it's just flat Dex, so I guess it would be +4.
Plus proficiency.
Plus proficiency, so +8. Okay.
5% chance for you to fuck it up.
You know what? I still have the resolve, and we're like 30 minutes out. I'm gonna go and actually use that because
Did you
I want
actually
it to
roll a 1?
You
I
got a
rolled like
4. So
Yeah.
12.
Wants it to be great.
I want it to be accurate. Perfect. That's better. 24.
It's strange making your pen strokes follow this abstract thing. Looks like it was really hard to carve. If that's how it was made.
Cashmere comment on like this thing is really weird, Alex.
Yeah, my brother made it for me.
Does it mean anything?
Not really, and that was kind of why I cared about it as much as I did.
Huh.
Felt like everything in my life had to mean something. So, being allowed to have one thing that just kind of existed for its own sake.
Well,
I
funny
think
thing
I
about
understand.
art, you can put any interpretation you want onto it. You know, if you're not a snob. And he'll hand the finished paper to Crim.
Crim will put it on and say, okay, I'll be back in maybe 20-minute intervals, just so I don't get, lost or dragon napped or things like that. Okay, I'm gonna go now. And then he awkwardly shuffles off.
I would like to see the person who has the balls to do that.
Crim, you've got that sketch, and what else do you have written on it?
On Crim, so he's acting as a service dragon now. Just so it kind of lays low. But he has on him a message that says looking for Tina and the symbol underneath. Or a sketch of the thing.
Okay.
And because he's taking advantage of the fact that he is a glimmering white dragon, that it might catch eyes. And did Crim ever see what? Crim just gonna assume looks kind of like Alex. Roll with that.
If you had talked to Alex first, he could show you.
Yeah, he'd ask. Like he'd come back like 2 minutes later saying, "What does she look like?"
I'm gonna cast Alter Self and turn into her, basically.
And then Crim is like, oh, there you are.
Yeah,
that's where his 8 wisdom comes in.
We just find Turner.
Alex.
Okay, got it. With that knowledge in mind, Crim will then seek her out with more information.
Oh,
Salamander.
little critter.
That's what I have, at least. Okay, you start going around. Your strategy is Service Dragon. Okay, in that case, roll investigation, please, to find a trend. Where would people be who might have seen her? Where did she enter from? All that stuff.
Eventually break character and just outright ask. He doesn't have to worry about it as much anymore, you know?
He's finally comfortable
Okay.
with himself.
Sorry, I'm double checking. I have a couple of tabs open for this. There we are. Oh right, I'm good at investigation now. 29.
Okay. As you're walking around, you hear comments like, "Hey, buddy, shouldn't you be in a reserve in Ilio?" And, "Oh, look at how well trained he is. Mommy, is that a dragon?" "Yes, daughter, let's go this way." And then you see someone who is dressed in cowls and whites and a sash and some pins that look neat, very well put together. It is a snake of some kind, woman, and she's slithering past you and does a squint at the name. It says, "Oh there, halt. Tina, you seek?"
Crim bobs his head.
"Tell your master to check the Oasis seat. If you're not from around here, it's where the bay is seated. She points at the base of the stag statue in the middle of town.
Okay. Crim makes a little snort of approval, nods, and then walks back to grab the others. Okay. I think a helpful snake lady told me where Tina might be. It's by the seat of the Oasis. She pointed the right way. I can show you.
We
Quite fast.
just there on our way in?
Maybe, but maybe she's waiting.
Yeah, she blends into a crowd.
Makes sense that she'd be near the water, I guess.
It's speciesist. Okay.
It's
So off you go.
It's okay to be that in this world to an extent.
As they're passing through, having to traverse at least a good third of the town, it takes some time. And the talk of the town is fire newts. I've heard they're multiplying. Another cycle's begun. It's not going to let up either. We need someone to figure it out. Well, people are saying that the Bay and their edict is that people with expertise, fresh news. Well, I don't have any of that. Well, neither do I. No, I don't think anyone really knows what to do. I think we're screwed. They come out of the earth.
We're gonna
So-
kill them.
Hopeless kind of vibe to it all.
Do you all have anything better to do this afternoon?
Been to play Exterminator?
That's-
Ugh.
That was what we were planning to do here anyway, I think, Wade.
Oh, convenient that.
You pass by wildebeest, uplifted people, and ibexes and goats, many cheetahs, a couple hippos, there's high chirp, there's barroar, but most people speak common. And there's other talks too of, oh, we're short on water again this year. Isn't that every year? Yeah. Trade routes are falling apart though, those darn fire newts. We don't have enough resources. Population's supposed to be growing.
Guys, I think we need to solve the water crisis. That's why we're here. We're gonna make it rain.
See shops for spices and baobab bark. It's sure to make your firstborn young and very healthy, and guided tours.
Snake oil. Understood.
It seems the Ilio Isle has become a much more dangerous place.
He's seeing you.
God.
You've reached your quota, Beagle.
Right.
After passing through a couple arches decorated with colorful cloths, you see the big central oasis and the waterfalls that fall from the stag's outreached hand. A staglet statue that's made of some shiny brown material, like magically or artfully treated wood or a strange metal. The waterfalls twist around each other in helices before they strike the water, and they don't accelerate as they fall. There's surely magic at play. And how does the water get back up anyway? It just seems to naturally upwell in the palm of this
It's just
statue.
perpetually create and destroy water.
Glenn,
It's magic.
what happened was Glenn stole the water thing from Scipio, and then he planted it here.
Oh my god.
But you do see at
Terrible.
the base of this statue, in fact, entering one of its hooves, some staircases with guards around them, important signage and placards nearby. There's a small queue of people, but it seems like they're for something else rather than the main entryway. And you sense that there's some important meeting room, government function built into near the base of this statue that overlooks the oasis. And that's where she'd been pointing.
Crim continues to lead the way for that, and he kind of looks at he sees the weird helical pattern going on. He's like, 1 second, I need to see, and he quickly dashes over to one of them within 10 feet. Are you magical? What are you? He squints at it.
You sense
Passion's
magic
there.
worked, flowing through the waters.
Please
I
don't,
knew it.
please don't try to eat the god magic, Crim.
I won't eat it. I just wanted to know. I have the magic sight now. I gotta use it. It's a gift
Sure, the water.
from myself to me. Then Crim continues along. Seems It seems like gaining the magic sense has given him like a new layer of things he likes to investigate by just looking at them.
Yeah, it's good to see you in good spirits.
An uplifted brown-coated horse with his upper half bare and imposing build, wielding a spear in each hand, actually, stands next to a sloth person in plated armor, and she looks, her fingers and everything ready, lightning crackling between her fingers, not like threateningly, but a show that, hey, I can cast magic. They stand guard, and the horse says, "What are you here for? State your business."
Heard there were looking for people who could help deal with the fire newts, right?
They are indeed. Are you one of them?
Crim enters his sports dragon stance and shows off the sign saying, "Looking for Tina," and the symbol.
We're 5 of them.
Looks you up and down. Well, there's a meeting that just started. You'd be welcome.
Turn
Fair
tips
enough.
his hat.
Yeah. Alright.
Just cause no trouble, or the full might of the bay will bear down on you. Otherwise, contribute well and have a good day.
Message loud and clear. Widow stroll in.
So are we going inside the statue, or?
Yeah.
Wow. Turner's just kind of like more one of those like little history things, just kind of mumbling. You know, the biggest debate that they had is whether the statue should actually be a lion.
Wow.
Some of those religious fanatics, as if they think they know what the gods even look like.
Wow.
Your voice echoes in the tight spiral staircase going up one of the legs of the stag.
He said it
until-
quiet.
The first stop, there is entrance to a meeting room that, this looks familiar, like you saw it in a vision once. And beyond the doors, which are ajar, welcoming, not like a meeting in progress, but and you're welcome to stop in, you see a collection of people in this officious room. On the far side, though, you could see there's glass, although there wasn't glass on the outside. It must be magical one-way glass. You see a great view of the oasis and all the people coming for water and to make deals and such. You see a bunch of people at this long oval table, maybe 8 of them that are dressed resplendently, one of them taking notes, some of them doing their own scratchings, people with noble bearing who are surely rulers and their attendants or advisors. It's actually probably more like 12. And with her back to you all, standing up while the others are sitting, at the head of the table, you see Tina, the tiger salamander.
As she's like leading this meeting.
So it would seem.
Good.
Her shoulders are back, her chin is raised, she's gesticulating with firm gestures, pointing at times to some people. And she is geared, much like you are, with fine equipment and stuff that seems well cared for, but weathered and used. She is currently saying, and feel free to interrupt if you wish, or ask questions. Your duty is to those of the savannas and other lands under the bay. I fully respect that. However, I cannot recommend a reactionary, overarching strategy. And Ibex says, "If I may, Autumn's Chosen, how are we to halt the Salaman in a proactive strategy? That is what you imply. Bojans, those hundreds of years ago, are believed to have been unable to stop their onslaught. Only weather the storm and rebuild. Sad as that is to say aloud. I will soon find Springs Chosen, and together we will present you all a solution, as the wise ones of my people prophesized."
Cashmere will elbow.
Like you're gonna find him a bit sooner than you might have expected. Heard
That
you
works
could
too.
use a bit of help.
Curious looks, some bemused smiles at your entrance. Tina turns.
Tina Turner?
No.
Her face is elated. She is so happy. And then her brow knits. She looks away, suddenly uncertain. But then she seems to steel herself and, nods and raises a hand in greeting. And kind of steps to the side so they all can see you, but they can also see her. And speak of him, and here he is. This is Alex, Spring's chosen. Polite applause and waves.
Oh wow, so that's what awkwardness like that feels like.
Edward gives a light applause.
Alex goes in and takes a spot, kind of a vacant spot around the table, and not wanting to bother with anything personal at the moment, just says, "What's the plan we have so far?"
Well, says Unuplifted Hippo, I was going to ask about their minds of cogitation. They all seem to behave so eerily similar wherever they emerge. And emerge they do, says someone else. Everywhere. It's even worse out to the west. We don't really have a strategy in mind yet, Sir Spring's chosen.
Please just call me Alex.
And you, Autumn's chosen, I meant no disrespect. Autumn's chosen is fine. I see. She was saying that she has some loose ideas, but her priority was to unite with you. Currently we have... And he starts talking and the others pitch in. It sounds like their current strategy is... Hope to God they don't have explosion emergencies at important places. They have some strike teams to dispatch. They're hiring help from adventurers and mercenaries and other towns' guard forces to go immediately where it happens, but it all happens so fast that it's a strategy that they're having to rethink.
Is there... Crim's looking around for any sort of schematics or diagrams or maps that he can read of past surges and things like that.
I was really going to ask that, so that works too.
Yeah, should I draw on the map? Seems like a bad idea. Yeah, you see some schematics and maps, and you see the region of Kara, Angvar, Thuriaz, all this place that we see on our map here. You get the sense that where I ping is the epicenter of their most emergencies.
So at the R.
There's a lot there, but they're everywhere. It extends, all the way to the peaks of Ipsar. From some reports, there's question marks and some
Turner
questionable
would,
validity ones close to the
Turner
Lake
would
of
raise his
Lumini,
hand and confirm that there were some indeed at the base of the peaks of Ipsar.
Okay. They presume there's many in Orkudahasa, but that's not really habited. Earthreals has some. There's some that are underwater on the sea floor.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, Crim looks at that, and then he eventually speaks up and says, "You said it was worse out west? That makes sense."
A small stir at you talking, as usual, but they recover.
Yeah, Crim, at that point, Crim kind of says, "Yeah, I'm awakened, it's alright." And then he... and he's trying to find, if there is a pattern both temporally and also just pattern-wise. Are there, pockets that they're avoiding? Does it seem like they are traveling in packs in some different plane and then popping in a corresponding location? Or is it just total random scatter and it's just a random distribution? He's trying to use his analytical mind to see if any of his pattern searching comes to use here.
Okay, cool.
Finding things that a normal mind would not. Perception?
Investigation.
Oh, investigation.
Hey, you're good at
Let's see what we get. I can technically roll higher, and it's near the end of session. I haven't used Resolve yet, I don't think. No, I have not. So let's roll that for a slight... Oh, well, I guess not. 23.
It's pretty much like a 2D scatter plot. Like, here's where it's the most, and then radially outward, there's less and less chance of an emergence.
Okay. So there's a very clear epicenter, that much is obvious, but when, where, how, paths, no such thing. It's just there is a center.
Yeah,
Vaguely.
and a good, at least a quarter of Bose is certainly at risk for these.
So basically, the you see those dashed lines on the map, the one that splits Lake Limni,
Yeah.
and the one
Very
that
much.
goes into the Elethin jungle. Basically, anything that is north or west of that line is at risk.
Pretty much, yeah. So far.
Yeah.
You
Huh.
can see there's a lot of data processing for them to do, like validating claim, putting together dates, sorting things by volume and danger and when it happened. There's a lot you could analyze.
Alex, you mentioned that you had something that can detect rifts and things like that, right?
Yeah, it's
You-
limited in its range, but yes, I can.
I think if we went to Angvar, we'd be able to get some info.
Maybe.
Because here, look at this map. It's pretty obvious that something is very weak here for them to easily pass through.
I have been there not long ago. Come, I can get you up to speed. If you would excuse us, I would love to lead you on a walk around the oasis, and we could exchange notes. How's that?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Capital.
There's some thanks. People seem to be thanking her, but it doesn't seem clear why, although she's shared some information with them. The meeting continues as she leads you all outside. And she hops on a giant crocodile that was kind of laying low, and you'd think it'd be hard to miss, but it really only becomes alive to your senses as she calls to it and jumps on top of it. Natural as riding a horse.
Yeah. Well, Wade rides this horse next to her, but seems kind of inadequate.
Well,
Yours is better trained.
Just by merit of magic.
Well, I'm pleased I didn't have to go farther east to find you all. I was ready to search for this Stengen Wadi, but you've come here. Thank you.
Yeah.
yeah, it was somewhat on the way.
You lead quite the trail in some ways.
I am Tina. What are your names, if I may?
Crossing. Wade Crossing.
Turner, and fingers crossed, I believe we and I would make quite the team.
Haha.
Crim. Crim's in, technically, but Crim's fine.
I assume Cashmere. Okay.
Yeah, I take it there's no summer or winter chosen for us to defeat in this prophecy.
They only prefer the pleasant seasons.
She gives you a polite chuckle and a smile. No, and by the way, you're welcome to call me Tina. Any friend of Alex's is. But please call me Autumn's Chosen around others so that we might inspire them. They could use that hope now.
Oh, things that dire?
She's so dramatic.
Have you not seen the damage? I
Um,
saw through Alex's eyes almost. She looks
Not
at
the
you.
full extent of it. We've seen some of it.
Well, take those imaginations twofold. That is what waits us to the west should we return there. I'm glad you are all well. And I am glad that you have returned. Alex?
Yeah.
I believe the time apart has, pardon the pun, but has seasoned him, and he'll be ready for this.
She stares at you, Alex.
Anyway, I admit I'm not very well read on Salaman, so this is a cyclical thing. How did we get rid of them before? They just leave on their own? Is it not known?
Right. Here's what we know. And she relates to you the following. These Stalaman fire newts are these semi-intelligent, clearly evil and uncaring carnivorous creatures that are sort of elemental but also sort of humanoid. She begins to describe, what it looks like when they attack and their tactics, but maybe you'd be like, hey, we've fought them multiple times. Like, okay. They're a subterranean species that's not native to Bos, but like a pox on the land, they somehow appear in Bos and emerge from below, causing these strange eruptions in waves. They burn, they slaughter, they feast, they make nests in the cinders, and then they go back underground. And that has been exactly what's happening all around northwestern Bos. 428 years ago is their best guess, although it was pre-scatter and who knows for sure, as to what happened, when this last happened. And they think it's probably even happened before that too. And she finishes, the remnants of their main eruptions can be seen still in Bos as it permanently transformed the landscape. Thashabao. It is as it is because of them. The very air is something that is not safe to breathe for long. Still, there is volcanic activity. Who knows what it was like before? Perhaps somewhere people used to live happily.
That is on the southwest portion of the map.
Yeah, I see it. Kind of weird that the new resurgence is so far. Wait. And then Crim thinks about God, my fucking Hawaii knowledge. What are the tectonic plates of this continent like?
Do you have any special proficiency that could help you with this?
Research Dragons of Ilio.
Nature?
That's an island. Nature, yeah.
You could roll nature.
Oh, fuck. Okay, 26.
I see.
Now, why don't you tell us?
Wait, hang on. Let me double check. Yes. Yes, that is correct.
Please do not take these words as words from a geologist master, because that ain't me, but I think I know the basics. And also note, this is the fantasy world. It might not behave exactly as it does in the real world.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's tectonic plates. There's still activity. Largely, most of the mountain ranges are where these things are colliding, or where they're rubbing, rather. But geology is not exactly a forefront science in Bos. Like, yeah, there's geologists. Yeah, it's a word that people know what it means. But there's not nearly the same level of understanding. But there might be, you could infer, yeah, there's certainly increased tectonic plate collisions and seismic activity near Thashabao.
Yeah, what Crim was actually wondering more specifically was if, like, 400 years ago somehow something shifted, but yeah, considering how far away things are, probably not. For them to suddenly have a new appearance in Angvar, for example.
Some volcanoes, that is why they occur. Maybe these volcanoes weren't due to that. Who knows?
Instead, it might be just a different kind of weak point. That makes sense.
Turner would ask if she thinks that, since I think you're kind of zooming out from the explanation, like if she thinks that that dealing with this will have to take us that far south, or if it seems to mostly just be concentrated here.
My priority has been reuniting with our friend Alex, because the prophecy has said, together we will be the answer to them, the people of Bos, crying out. I have not pretended like I'm going to create a plan on my own. I have not provided a step-by-step process to anyone or given myself that same comfort in my mind. But now that we are together, maybe we can.
Got something at least, right? Hunches, ideas.
I see the suffering, I see the destruction that has been created, and I know our current strategy of responding where they strike, or simply rebuilding after they leave, as I assume they did those hundreds of years ago, is the wrong one.
I agree.
That's it.
Crim kind of whispers to Alex, I think I know what your role is in this. I think it's exactly what you kind of usually do. She has the will, you have the brains.
Yeah, I would have thought that was more your and Turner's department.
Okay, well, what I mean is,
But
looks
the point
like
is, we have all of us together.
Right. Well?
you
Hmm?
Are you just, you were kind of just winging it until we got here? It sounded like you were just waiting to make a plan after this part.
I've been winging nothing. I've trained and helped those along the way, but I have been traveling. One certainty exists, the prophecy that has dictated our very hatching. The training we underwent there since we were children. We were childs.
Well, you did say that she was the will.
Yeah,
Tal's losing it, guys.
we returned to Backstroke of the West.
Since we were children.
Hatchlings.
And nothing can proceed without us being together. Now that we are together, we can proceed. Does that make sense?
You
No,
know,
but we'll roll with it anyway.
it's making a lot of things come together. Crim answers neutrally. He's thinking to himself, I think I know why Alex ran away. Imagine having this your whole life.
Well, what better place to do some brainstorming than around this lovely body of water and all these people watching us, talking with such decisiveness and brilliance. This will provide hope that they need.
Oh
Yeah.
dear. Cashmere says under his breath.
Underneath
How to
this
move
deer
forward.
statue.
I find it endearing.
Haha. We were just in deer.
Fucking this. Right. It was like 5 minutes or so of into listening to how Tina talks, and I was immediately thinking to myself, "Oh, that's why Alex left." Imagine, like, even if you were like tepidly in favor of the prophecy, and then you're like sitting next to Tina, who is like full-on theater kid taking on this thing, is like, wow. Imagine that for like all growing up.
Yeah. And now Alex
Yeah.
gets to like speedrun the prophecy in the 11th hour, so he gets equal fame.
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys want to get a drink at the bar? I would love to. Think of the hope we could provide to those people watching us drink.
They are
Holy
drinking their sorrows away, working their 9 to 5s.
I really hope prophecy's fake so we can just see you get destroyed.
No.
Bugle, are you okay?
Yeah, what the hell?
Well, oh no. Oh. It'll be good characterization.
I didn't
Oh,
think
sure, characterization. That's your pivot.
I didn't think Wade was as jaded as Scipio.
Just in different ways.
No, that's not Wade. That's Bugle. Sorry.
Oh god.
Oh man.
Like Wade pretty much really likes her.
We all bring a little bit of ourselves to our characters, I guess.
It's good to have some dark considerations in the party, you know?
Dark consideration.
Sorry, Wade's just been
Well,
Wade's been a bit dark today.
unfortunately, Crim is literally radiant, so
He's literally radiating in a dragon.
he's not only does he shimmer in the sunlight, but he also just has radiance as his element. He
You're never
you gotta
gonna
pick up the
guess-
slack for what was it?
Sorry. You'll never guess the name of her crocodile.
I would know it in character, but I don't actually
Let
know.
me try to think. It's
Okay.
not cruel, is it? Haha, K rule.
Lily.
Oh, no.
It's Lily.
That's a good guess.
Damn.
Close. We'll find out next session, probably.
Okay. On that note, I believe were we in agreement that post daylight savings, we'll be moving our stream session times to 7:30 Pacific slash 10:30 Eastern.
I could certainly work with that.
Works for me.
Move it half an hour earlier,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is what it was when we started.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
yeah, so we'll probably get to enjoy this for like another 4 or so months before we have to spring back forward again. Gosh.
Yay!
Yay.
Thanks, Congress.
Fuck,
Yay.
you know, fuck Spring's chosen. I prefer Autumn's right now.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
All right. Well, on that note, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye. Have a good night. Bye bye.